Today, I would like to continue our discussion on infertility and mental health because, believe me, I think it's a very big one. My name is Juljuimo. Welcome to another episode of Walking Through Infertility. Let's take a moment. I've been having challenges getting people to come onto this channel to share their story with me. I am looking for people to come and share their infertility story, be it primary infertility, be it secondary infertility, be it adoption story. Please, if you know anyone who is willing to share their story with me, kindly send this link to the person. Let the person see what we do here and hopefully come to join me to share the story, just to share their story and help people out there that to realize that they are not alone. There are lots of people who are going through the same thing. I need to help them to cope. Knowing there are other people who are going through the same challenges will help them to cope mentally. In the meantime, please subscribe if you're new, if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for leaving your comments and thank you for sharing the link. Do remember to do thumbs up, please. Thank you. Continuing. It is statistically known that about 40% of women who are going through infertility have mental psychiatry diagnosis. And that is because of the anxiety and stress surrounding this disease called infertility. So today we'll be discussing on coping techniques. I've listed out some here on my phone and I'm going to be sharing it with you. I discovered something online on a website called Resolve Coping Techniques. 8 coping techniques to manage your mental health when you're dealing with infertility. Number 1, they said, you should learn about the normal responses to infertility. That's good. If you're equipped with knowledge, then you might be able to manage each step of the way. If maybe after 1 year of trying to conceive, you're unable to conceive, then you start studying. Try to figure out what the problem is. Visit the doctor, ask questions, come back online, seek your response. When you're taking medication, let's say you start treatment for instance, try to figure out how your body responds to each medication you're going to take. Try to read up on IVF, what to expect when you're going through IVF, how your body should respond or not respond when you're going through IVF. So if you have this knowledge, it will help you. Like in my previous episode, I talked about the anxiety breakdown or meltdown that I had and how I was able to recover when I went for my alumni meeting and heard the lady talk about things that could trigger depression. And I picked up on one, which was comparison. Because I was beginning to compare where I was or where I am to where I thought I should be, it triggered anxiety. And that made me start crying throughout the week and all that. And then all leading down to the day I had to rush out of the office to go to the hospital to see a doctor. So if that knowledge helped me to take some steps back, stop the comparison, take a hold of my mind, and then put an end to the punishment I was giving to myself and to the and that was how that whole feeling of constriction around the neck and the chest and all of that. That's how it all disappeared. You know how the Bible says you should cast down every imagination that does not align to the word of God. That was what I did. When you have knowledge, both spiritual part and the orthodox part, it will help you to know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be experiencing, so it's nothing new. Other people have experienced it. So you have a hold of your thoughts, you manage it, and then you keep it where it's supposed to be. It will help you it will help to dampen the the anxiety. It will help to put your mind at peace. So that's number 1. Number 2, overcoming isolation by building a bridge back to your family or friend. That's number 2. It is very important to seek a community of like-minded people to help you cope through infertility. If you want to do it anonymously, join some message board. I found peace and I found a community, a very good community, when I joined fertilityfriends.co.uk. I found a sense of purpose and a sense of, what's the word? I don't know. I found purpose when I joined the Trying to Conceive community on Nairaland. It helped me. Sharing my story, advising people, encouraging people on those 2 message boards helped me. Setting up a blog to talk about my story, my challenges, helped me. I didn't really discuss my issues with family because I figured they might not understand it. I also did not discuss my issues that much with friends because I figured they would not understand me. But find something that works for you. If you have a family or a group of friends that you think might understand exactly what you're going through, please reach out to them. Do not isolate yourself. But if, like me, you prefer doing this anonymously, then please do talk to people. And another thing that also helped me was keeping journal. I created a diary on Fertility Friends and also kept a diary. Sometimes when I look back, read the physical diary or go back to Fertility Friends to read my journal, my diary, day-to-day journal, diary of what I was going through, how I was responding, it helped me. I know that subsequent treatment, I used to go back to refer back to that diary to see what happened at what stage, how I was responding then versus now. It helped me. So do not isolate yourself. Isolating yourself is a big problem and it will lead you to serious mental health issues while trying to conceive. Number 3, give yourself permission to cry and be angry. That is true. I have gone through this period. Sometimes I will pull my hair, as in stretch it. I got angry, I got pissed, I cried, I wailed. Those are my coping techniques. Give yourself that permission. Don't be too strong. Be vulnerable. Cry, scream, shout. Ask God, what is happening? Why am I going through this? But don't say, why me? You can say, why am I going through this? How am I going to solve this problem? But don't make the mistake of saying, why me? Because why me? If not you, who else? Who then? Should it be your sister? Should it be your friend? No. You can cry, you can scream, get angry at the devil, get angry at the situation, get angry at your womb, get angry at your hormones, get angry at your reproductive system, just get angry at the medical doctor's report and cry and wail. Yes, give yourself permission to feel those emotions. You're a human being, for crying out loud. Don't get it all bought. Don't pretend you can get through this. You can't. You can't do this on your own. You can't go strong superwoman. No, you're a human being. So cry if you have to. Give yourself permission to be vulnerable. Please. Please. Thank you. Rant like I just did. Number 4, give your spouse permission to feel and cope differently from you. Yes. Don't feel that, sometimes you get to the point where like, oh, maybe your husband, for instance, men tend to act stronger. But believe me, they're going through the same thing that you're going through. My husband recently, I had a discussion with him. I found something online, 7 questions to ask your partner today. So one of the questions was, what should we have done differently, or was it more like, what's your regret, or I've forgotten the question, but anyway, one of them has something to do with what you wish had been different. And my husband said that he wishes that we had children after 23 years. Yes. 22 years. No, the February next year will be 23 years anniversary. He sincerely wished we had children. And it's true. We, with all of his heart, he sincerely wished we had children. He sincerely wished we had gotten married a little bit earlier. And because we dated for 5 years before we got married. He thought maybe if we had gotten married earlier, it probably would have helped us have children early. I don't know. But anyway, he regrets that we do not have children. And it's true. I regret that we do not have children. He also regrets that we do not have children as at today. I don't know if maybe sometimes he used to cry at the corner. Maybe when I'm not looking, he would cry. I don't know. I never saw him cry, but I knew he was hurting. I only remembered him crying, physically crying, when we lost Chimamaka. That was about the only time I saw him physically cry. But the fact that I never saw him wail or raise his head or pull his hair like I was wont to do at times did not mean that he was not dealing with this. He was dealing with it in his own way. So please give your partner, your husband, your wife, permission to handle this matter in their own way, in the way that their spirit, their mind, their soul allows them to. Do not think you're the only one passing through this challenge, or do not think you're the only one going through this depression, or this mental health issue, or the pain of not bearing it. Allow them. Because if you start thinking, oh, he or she is not crying, it will add to your own. It will add to your own. So please don't do it. Please. Let's move on. Number 5, improve your communication about infertility. That is what I'm asking for. Do you have a story to share? Come, let's share it together. You have to talk about this infertility. If you talk about it, you gain knowledge, you learn more, you learn to cope with it, you learn that there's nothing hidden about it. You learn to deal with it, because when you cover this up in secrecy, it eats you up. It does eat you up. So come, let's share it. Come, let's talk about it. That is why I started up this channel, to give people an avenue to talk about the pain, the issues they're going through in infertility. Improve your communication around infertility. Talk about it more. Not because I want you to wear it like a badge, no, but because I want you to demystify it. If you're able to demystify this thing, you can deal with it better. If you're able to encourage others, then you can open up your eyes and your mind to receive new thoughts about this. Let's talk about infertility more, please. Number 6. When we talked about number 4, where we said give your spouse the permission to deal with infertility the way they know best to. Number 6, you can talk about it with them, as in, okay, how would you help me? How do you want to be helped? You know, I told you about how when I was trying to conceive naturally, how I always harassed my husband, babe, it's time, it's time. Some men might not like it. It puts them under stress. So you need to ask your husband, for instance, how do you want us to deal with this? When I'm on my ovulation, how do you want me to trigger us having a sexual time so that to maximize that period? You also need to ask your wife, how do you want me to ensure that we maximize the very short ovulation window? How do you want me to act around you when you're going through IVF treatment? How do you want me to support you when you're going through orthodox, unorthodox, praying period? Your spouse might ask this question, or you might ask Or you might tell your spouse how you want him to help you while you're going through this. Talk more about infertility. Talk to your spouse. Talk about the support you need. Tell your family what you need from them to help you cope. Then number 7, again, get more information. You know how I talked about number 1, learn about the normal responses to infertility. Number 7 is reiterating it. Get more information. Learn more. What's the worst case scenario? What's the best case scenario? How do I improve my chances? What do I do? How do I do it? Who can help me do this? Research doctors, research medical facilities before you use them. Research drugs before you start taking them. Get more information. What do I need to eat? What is actually my problem? Is there something else I need to do to manage PCOS, to manage endometriosis, to manage amenorrhea, to manage fibroid? What else do I need to do? What extra thing do I need to do when I'm going through IVF? Like I told you so many times, I got to realize that taking intralipid, using gestone instead of just pastries or cream for progesterone supplement helped me to keep, to not see my period or before the 14-day mark. So do something extra. The doctors might not, they have their own procedure, they have their own process, but you can add to what they're doing as long as they've been proven to help in the past. Do you need to take more supplements? Do more research. Find out what is wrong with you. Get more information. It will help you. Knowing what you're going through, knowing how to manage it would help you manage your mental health. Okay? So the last one, number 8, find your tribe. Find your community. It is very important. Find your community. Make walking through infertility a community that you will find peace in. Find your tribe. I am your tribe member. Join us. Let's form a community. Find support groups. You can always hit me up if you want to talk. At least I'll be able to share from my experience. I'll be able to tell you what I went through, how I coped, how I managed, what I think you should do, and all of that. And there will be other people too. I've talked to you about fertilityfriends.co.uk. It's a community or a support group that I think you should check out. It helped me also. I started a Facebook group. You can check it out. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. You can hit me up. And let's manage this together. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you next week or in 2 weeks' time. Bye and God bless.